Good morning, Titan City. I'm your man Alien, and you are watching the Cyber News. Today, we are talking about the full preview. Some of you may ask why I'm not in my traditional Hawaiian shirt. That's because we just received our new Titan Forge gear. So I'm like in awesome hoodie with logo on my back. We have bags, t-shirts, lots of cool stuff. Maybe if you will be with us on SN Spiel, probably, maybe you can get some of those if you would like. Maybe some Cyberforce t-shirts, we will see, but I will get to that. This month you already saw all the pictures of the new minis, and we have of course 3 releases, so Titan City Stories over here, Grim Realms, and small Hyperfront. Not small release, but small in comparison to first 2. So I will start with Titan City Stories. As always, in this part, in this preview, will be like a bit longer talking about this, where I can tell you some funny stories about the minis, inspirations, and work process behind it. So of course, this is like very obvious. The main theme of the whole release is the conflict between Tesla and Edison, of course, in the setting of Titan City Stories. So we have Dr. Nicholas Coyle and Dr. Alva Light, and with Nicholas Coyle, I went a bit in the direction of steampunk. So he has this like steampunkish conductor glove that helps him like chain his lightning from his coil stuff. But the rest of it is like very classy. He has like very nice dress pants, his tie. Over here there's like some in details, like small chain for the watch. He's of course well groomed, so all of his like in manner he's like very gentleman like, but still tossing lightning on his enemies. And the Alpha Coil, and this was not my intention, but he's a bit reminiscent of the Donald Trump, maybe. But that was not the idea. It just came out later. I wanted him to be like more high tech. Still, how do you make like a funny guy with the big bulb high tech? But I want his stuff to be like morphing, with the cubes, and his whole like rubber suit is inspired from game of 2017, Prey. Over there, scientists have those kinds of suits. And I think it suits him well, because since we are dealing with electricity or some kind of energy, he's like isolated with rubber. And generally I worked on those guys like at the same time, so there will be like nice contrast between them, and they will be like very different. And still you can be sympathetic to one and another. There's not like clearly divided between like Tesla is a good guy or something like that. You can still like root for the Edison. Of course, Tesla received his flying coil altar. This was just for fun, like it would be cool, because sometimes in some places Tesla is getting into like being some kind of almost sometimes religion figure. So he received his flying altar, just like I said, just for the fun of it. And over here they are like 2 squads of course they have some stories, because these guys, like in the story, they are like robots from Edison, from Alva Light, but generally I was aiming for them to be like very tactical, like very futuristic, like armed forces or maybe police bots. So like small cameras, tactical weapons, like short weapon, and the poses. And over here, I don't know if you saw this on preview on photos, but those guys, two of those guys can be arranged in such manner that the one is like holding the shoulder of the another, so they are walking like a SWAT team or something like that before they breach some kind of building. So I want them to be like very tactical, if this is like even a word for droids. On the other hand, the other squad, for the for the Tesla. There was like the idea was like for those droids to be like very clunky, have like almost closer to the steampunk, but coils everywhere, like very old school rifle. And in the process of making them, one of our friends just came to me and told me, hey, they are looking just like Pathfinder from Apex Legends game. And then I figured out like, yeah, this was not intentional, but that was actually right. they look a bit like Pathfinder. If you play Apex Legends, you will know. If not, it doesn't matter, don't worry. But this character from the game has this pose when he's like holding his thumbs up, and I decided to just went with it because they already look like that. This can also be some kind of hint. So this guy was done later with this pose when he's showing his thumbs up, and the classic like guard pose, like from maybe England guards, or generally like some guards just guarding with this straight pose and holding a rifle. Those two guys, this Death Warrior, this is actually a joke, because in the old Judge Dredd movie with Sylvester Stallone, there's like this kind of big robot, and he's named ABC Warrior, so we just made DEF Warrior, just for fun. But huge like bodyguard robot, 2 different arms, bulky, so have like a bit different silhouette than normal human-like character. Both squads of the robots have like very different. They are different. Hard word. Anatomically different. They're normal people. So they are just not like everyone. It's like a variation of just human. The same with those guys. But this is like special thing, because now there's like whole AI thing in the world. 2D graphics are scared that they will lose their jobs. We are. This is just a tool. We are not worried. But for example, Rod Sinclair, this character, were done not by AI, but the concept art for it was done by AI. Still, I have to prompt it, say it what I want. So it's still like human touch in it. So I have no problems with AI, since this is a Cyberforge. But this is interesting that this model was like the concept art for it was generated more or less by AI, and he came up very cool. I like it. I like his big hands, and he has like almost Mandalorian vibe to him. The other mini is more interesting to me. It's very simple, but there's reason behind that. It's very simple because actually this model, the base shape, only the base shape, was made by AI. We just tested some online stuff. It's far from usable, and still, of course, you have to like put in the concept art, like tell him. It's like it's quicker for us to just make models, but it was very interesting to try this, and I thought, come on, we have like first AI model, AI generated model, very just like few shapes, but still, and I will just like have a run for it, fix him, make him look better, and just put him out there, just as proof of concept. So it's not the best model in the world, but still it's like a small robot, so I doesn't expect him to be any much more. But this is very interesting. This is very interesting stuff. Weird times are coming. We have AI generated model, like in 1/5, but still. Of course, there's still, but this model is not made by me. This model is made by not Marcin, but other Marcin. The Tesla light tank, very very nice. And the Marcin is a fan of old game of Red Alert. And there was some Tesla troopers, Tesla coils, Tesla tanks, and this is like heavily inspired to that. Still working out with our release. Very nice, cool model. This is not like a huge tank. It's like very light. It's not that big. Very nice, very nice. And the last thing is this month's bust. of Tesla, and just like I don't want to be just like the copy of the small model. Some tweaking, some changes, and I hope we are making this fun for people who paint minis. Let us know if you still want to receive those busts. They are fun to make, but still they are like not a lot of work, but still additional work. But they are fun to make, so we want to continue this. Please let us know if this is cool. And this is everything from Titan City stories. And going straight into the Grim Realms, every model over here is made by Marcin. There, Marcin. And hey, let's be honest, you know what it is, we know what it is. The bold guys in power armors. So you have 5 poses, 2 kinds of these heat weapons, 3 additional heads. Of course, this is our variation of this power armor, so it's a bit more slick, in my opinion. The helmet is very futuristic, so this is like definitely a different take for it. Over here, Marcin did a great job with making some ornaments on this guy's shield. I don't know if this was visible in the pictures, but over here you can have a better look at it. And still, even if you don't want like all of them to be used in some kind of game, they are very useful, I think, and some kind of heroes in general. If you like power armors, like every guys do, then they are the guys for you. Of course, 2 big robots is of course one with showing the variation of the weapons. And the design from our inspiration, of course, differs in the angles of the knee and the whole leg, but it came out very cool. I really love this model. Of course, the second weapon variation. So yeah, and of course you can like assume that since we started with this will probably go through next 2 months. So we usually try to close one line in 3 months. So it will probably, those are the things to come. And the last thing is Hyperfront, and it's inspired the awesome game. A few years ago there was like the remake of it, the Homeworld space strategy game. I played in original, so like years ago. And this kind of ship, when it's like in this position, made it was everyone remembered the game from this mothership that was in this position. So this is very cool. Nice. This is of course new faction for Hyperfront. Since Hyperfront is a small game, it's easier to it's not that hard to make new factions, and we of course want to expand already existing factions. We probably try to take the game for the Essenspiel and generally in all the events that are coming, and they are coming. So this is like second thing, just like no, I have two things more about the news. The first one is that this is probably, I thought this will be the first cyber news in our new studio, but still we have some tweaking to do. But this is probably the last cyber news in this setting, and the next one will be probably, but no promises, will be in the new studio. So like very fancy stuff, and of course format will change a bit, just a little. The second thing is like the lots of events, upcoming events will be in the UK Games Expo. So if you are in UK or plan to visit, also visit us. We'll be playing everything that we have, like Lobotomy, GRIDWARS, Bloodfields, Hyperfront, everything. And you can just meet us, like high-fived us and ask some questions. I'm telling this all the time. It's great to have feedback from you face to face. And it's more it's easier to remember. Not that I forget, but it's always good contact with the community. We have Essenspiel that will be for sure over there. We will be in Reno on Gamma, but this is like event for more for the companies. There's like those are two. I will be in Poznań in Poland on Pyrkon. So those are the 3 big events that will be there. But there are probably some more that I can't remember. So we are already at the moment. Today we started to like organize stuff. But don't worry, this will not interrupt our releases. We already have things planned already. Of course, Marcin is working. I am working. Other Marcin is working. So Cyberforge will be like functional as always. No delays, no problems. So you don't have to worry. I'm very glad about this gear. And I will try to like take this to the events. I know this is like not very important thing, but this is always a cool stuff to have like t-shirt or hoodie or something like that. And I think this is it. Please subscribe, leave us a like, subscribe only for your convenience so you can see the new videos coming, and comment of course about what you like or what you don't like. I am reading everything. I'm reading all the comments on the Patreon. I'm reading all the comments on the YouTube. So you can contact me like this. But until then, stay cool, stay cyber.